times though over in its history. We started out with just one boat back in 1949 and we're known as the Spring Street Water Taxi. We're going here from downtown Seattle to the Kitsap Peninsula. But after a little while, our captains were getting a little bit bored just going back and forth every day. So we started narrating our trips back and forth, which we changed up then to Seattle Harbor Tours. And then over the years, our company continued to grow into what we have now is 11 vessels in our fleet, so we've changed up to Argosy Cruises. Argosy is Greek for fleet of ships. You see, the larger majority of our boats are going to be here on the downtown waterfront, with some of the smaller ones over on Lake Union, Lake Washington. Now I'm going to be starting the tour over on the right-hand or starboard side of the vessel, so that's where we're going to see a lot of the sights from as we make our turn here. Also have a great view of the Wenatchee, that's one of our Washington State ferries, and also one of the largest ferries in our fleet. 90% is double-ended, so we have a wheelhouse at both ends as well as propellers at both ends of that particular ferry boat. And that carries upwards of about 220 cars and 2,500 walk-on passengers. So quite a large capacity right there. And we'll see a couple other ferry boats as we continue on here in our tour. Now as we make our spin, starting on the right-hand side again, we have Pier 55. And also a couple of other boats that you're going to be seeing here.
Right.
And that is our fancy method of saying, I am pulling out of the dock, please get out of my way. So Wenatchee is going to be taking off here, just right behind us. But over to our right, you have the sightseeing as a West Seattle Water Taxi picking up in about April 27th, starting here at 55, going all the way across to Seacrest Park, which is part of West Seattle, and it's a little bit east of Altai. Good time too, it's going to be one of our boats that just did a Pacific Marine Research Day, take out a lot of the kids and kind of have a little toned-down version of oceanography out the boat. Vessel. One of very few boats in the entire U.S. to have a license for propane. And we have that because we did build a kitchen on both the first and second decks, so we can accommodate if you want a meal cooked medium rare or very well done, we can definitely take care of all those needs. And also recently we picked up the murder mysteries, so we have that for the dinner tray now as well. Now we're with on Pier 58, this is on Traubach Wharf. And it's where the steamship Portland came to town with supposed cargo of a ton of gold. Now, at the time, it set off something that we like to call the Yukon Gold Rush. Now, Seattle did profit video games that think would be a score. Unfortunately, that number tells you how much damage would have cost the company had you actually been an operator. So you want to keep it as low as possible. Next up, though, we're going to be looking at the Edgewater Inn Hotel. It's this mustard-colored and silver interior. Built back in the 1960s for the 1962 World's Fair. Unfortunately, though, it didn't get fully completed until about 2 weeks after that fair ended. So it gained back a little bit of profit. They started advertising for you to come to Seattle for your honeymoon and fish for your bedroom window. They even set up a little bait and tackle shop in the lobby for that. Looks like we have a couple visitors over there waving at us up on the top there. Well, there was even a quite famous photo of the Beatles hanging out the window with fishing pole in hand, and they stayed here right before they gave a concert in Seattle. Unfortunately, though, when management changed up in the 1980s, we can no longer fish from our bedroom window because, unfortunately, particular boats take about 2.5 to 3 hours to get up to Victoria, BC, Canada, and it's just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful port. Great weekend adventure if you have your passports with you. I think there are a couple friends that head up there. But to give you an idea of how fast they go, probably about 25 to 30 knots. If we were to take the Spirit of Seattle up there at full speed on a good day, we might get there in about 8 to 10 hours. They go a little bit quicker than we will. But if you do look at the bottom here of Pier 69, you can see some nice, a little bit newer cement pilings. Whereas over on Pier 70, they still have their original wooden pilings. And that's one of the oldest piers here on the Seattle waterfront, built back about 1901. And it's been home to quite a few things over its history. It's been a cannery as well as a discotheque. There was a parking garage and offices at one point. And some of you might recognize the very end of this pier as home to empty over there at Pier 54. His dying wish was for us to take care of his beloved seagulls. There's even a huge statue right outside the restaurant. You can see him feeding those seagulls. And I do suggest you do feed them. They have signs up that do say they feed the birds, and that's because they're used to it. And since fingers and french fries do look very similar, it's a very good idea just to give them a couple french fries and make them happy. But also you have the Yield Curiosity Shop if you want something where the word